Well, hi everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope y'all having a good night. I wanted to do this and clarify for Mr. Donald Trump and people around the world that know I'm a really nice guy. You know, I served in the United States Marine Corps for only like 6 months. I'm very smart and intelligent because of what happened to me. I have been visited by Anunnaki and Egyptian gods, also Jesus, the man that died for our sins. I've also been to heaven numerous amounts of times, but I'm not really here to talk about all that right now. But I am here to say thank you very much, Donald Trump, for writing me. Um, hey, when you had said in the inaugural for anybody to come forward. I was trying for 4 months. I know that I should not have bothered you because, sir, I know that you were real busy. So what I'm going to do for you, Mr. Donald Trump, is I'm going to show you exactly what Sprint has done to me for 13 weeks and 2 days. Well, now 3 days because of what they did tonight. As you see, it says Boost on there. Sir, this is a T-Mobile phone. This is a T-Mobile phone. I just bought it. It was brand new when I bought it. Now it's ruined. As you can see, it does not have a SIM card or anything in it. And why it's working is because I'm running off of Wi-Fi. That's another thing that we all can be thankful for, that I can show you all this. Now, Mr. Trump, I would like to say that this is going to take a very long time for me to do. I don't want to make a very long video, but I plan on suing Sprint and a couple of others in the amount of $70 trillion. And the reason being is because it's going to help out a lot of people. I don't want it all. No, maybe $1 million would be nice. That would be great. All that money that, if I was to win the 70 trillion, would actually really go to United States, other neighboring countries that are poor. It would help the homeless, the veterans, the kids, and the moms. And it would also fix the national debt, probably the world debt as we know it, because I was given different techniques through the alphanumeric messages that I was sent for the 13 weeks and 3 days that Sprint hacked into my phones. And Boost Mobile caught them tonight because I called Boost Mobile as soon as I seen them doing something to my phone, so that Boost Mobile could see that yes, they were hacking into both, not only my Boost Mobile phone that I'm using right here, but they used this phone, sir, and they changed everything on me. They did it to where they try to frame me, sir. But I got them. I have them. Checkmate. Including Boost. And T-Mobile as well. Now, it's really not T-Mobile or Boost Mobile's fault, but I did get slammed, and they owe me something because it's ruined me. I've lost a lot of my memory. So what I'd like to do right now, sorry I'm sitting in the dark, there's a lot, Mr. Trump. This is just a little bit of it, Mr. Trump. It's caused me to, I didn't even get my SSI check because of what's happened. My identity's been stolen 7 times. I even had LifeLock, and when Sprint hacked into my system, my phone that I just bought, it did something very bad. And I'm sharing this with you, Mr. President, and the world, because I think it's time for this to come to an end. Now, Father God and Jesus gave me all this information, except for the ones that's inside this phone. There's over 100,000 files within this phone, and they can't do anything about it at all. They cannot wipe it out. But sir, the lady there at Sprint, she was a CEO. That's what she said. About 1:30 at night, called me. She said that she was from Seoul, South Korea, and I believed her because as soon as I told her to kiss my butt and hung up the phone, well, sir, she called me back, and she said that was the worst mistake I ever made. And then they started to do things to me, to where for 13 weeks I was given almost all the codes within LG Mobile's cell phone stuff, and I know it's very difficult and things to understand. But Mr. Trump, I'm going to tell you something. They messed up my TurboTax, my bank accounts. They messed up my life. They changed my number 9 times, Mr. President. 9 times. I had Jesus did all this for me, and he said, son, I'm going to help you out because of the hard work I've done. And I just let him free flow the pen. I mean, that's Egyptian writing, sir. I mean, he even gave me the code to the exact location of Seoul, South Korea. So that's my other phone number. One of them. I mean, I've got them everywhere. I just have to make sure that it's secure, if you know what I mean. I don't want to go through all this because, Mr. President, I consider this top secret. I've been really trying to get a hold of you because, sir, I do not like wars. I've had something amazing happen to me to where it changed me. It changed me forever. And so this was one of my screen names here. And I'm also going to be suing Google as well, because during the whole entire time that they hacked me, they worked together with Sprint. Now, I thought within the 4th week at 8:33 p.m. that I had them beat, but actually I didn't. They were still able to hack me March 18th, and they kept going on and on and on. And they even sent me, Jesus showed me where I could go to where my Google would be okay, but it wasn't. All these on the bottom are from Egyptian writings, and that's me. That's Leviathan. That happened to me. And see, and that's my Google screen name. I had to write that down. And then I started getting things from my bank, from different banks. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, a Wells Fargo bank. And I was given even an account number, routing number. I have no idea. I have no idea what happened. Then I started to go through everything because Jesus had me do this. And since I was fired on first, and I couldn't get no help, I went to the FBI. I went to my local authorities. I even went downtown in Houston, and they would not help me. So pretty much, this, Mr. Trump, look, I want you to see something. You already know. I'm not going to say much about that, but I started getting numerous amounts of different numbers, and you know, it just drove me nuts. And this was where I switched from to go to Boost Mobile, and then my Android systems um, it was all changed. They changed my Android phone I'm using right now. Sorry, Mr. Trump. This is part of my book, and I haven't called the lady because I've been very, very busy working, trying to figure out a strategy to present this to you. Now, I will come to Washington if I have to, because this is very important. This is life or death. This has to do with another country, and I think it's important that I do this on YouTube, because how much YouTube has helped me. YouTube has helped me because they've recovered almost half of my videos that was stolen by the South Korean government. These are the attorneys that I was going to try to get 2 days before I closed my case and everything. Well, I had to reopen it tonight again, and so that's what this is, and that's me, Kevin Anthony Martz. I'm also known as Dragon, and here's the number. This was the very first number that I received from Boost Mobile, was 346-977-0167, and that was also taken away as well. And there's Facebook was even included in it too, because Facebook, numerous amounts of time, more than I could count, probably 50 to 60 times, Mr. President, they did this to me. And like I said, I have lied. I can explain everything, but it's going to take me 26 hours to explain everything. As you can see, I've already been talking for 11 minutes. And so this is my hometown, Cincinnati, Ohio. I moved to Texas because my dad got a great settlement, or a great bonus at work. And so this is another part of my book. It's all copyrighted. There's Mr. Liz Stewart, and there's another number. It's like, what did they do to me? And Mr. President, they tore me apart. All of these are Facebook codes, or Google codes, I'm sorry. When you lose your Google account, it's very hard to get inside your Google account to get these. So I made sure I wrote them down. After everything was done and said, I still could not get inside my Google account. And here's another phone number. This is to my agent, Mr. Trump, for my book. My book, I've been working on since 1981. They stole it all from me. Everything. And Jesus, because I did a great job helping people, he gave me a lot of gifts. He even took me to heaven. And he showed me around. I was up there for a full day. I was up there for about 27 hours. And I tried to come up with everything. And I did. I've been to 217 churches, Mr. President. I even know terrorized, my friend. He's a good friend of mine. Now, as you can see, I put help plus my bank account number that was hacked into, and there were seven international numbers in it, including LifeLock. I tried to get LifeLock to help me, and they wouldn't even help me either, and I just didn't know what to do. So I started looking into selling my Leviathan picture, and where I wanted to live at and move if I had to relocate. And so I came up with Austin and Dallas because Austin and Dallas was very good to me. So May 19th of 2018, I committed suicide. I tried to kill myself because something happened to me. But on May 21st, 2015, that's when Jesus came to get me. And he took me up there, and I've read the Bible 5 times. I've been baptized in 5 different churches. I've been to 217 churches. Um, I've even been to the Mormon Tabernacle, but that was a very long time ago. That's for my truck. That's a list on the things that I needed. And then this, because I wanted to see how Chris Angel was doing, see if he could help me, because he's a magician. He's real good, which I really respect him. They said that his kid was sick, and I like Chris Angel. He's a good guy. And even David Blaine helped me. Now, this phone number, I don't know why he had me write it out like this, but he did. And I was told to write it down immediately before it disappeared. So I did. I did exactly what I was told, and I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. And then I even had, that's how we were able to try to figure out how we could get a hold of each other, and that's from in correspondence from my bank. And I tried everything. They even gave me this. That was inside the list of the codes. They changed everything. They tried to frame me. They framed me, and they tried to set me up. This was right after they changed my phone. I figured I'd write it down for just in case. And they did. They changed everything on it. They said in the program when it first starts, it said January 1st. I got this phone January 23rd, 2020, because my other phone, well, this one, was just messed up, and I tried to do my taxes on it. It was just very hard to do my taxes. That's another one of my phone numbers. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Let's see. I think see, I can't really remember all that well anymore because of what's happened. And this is for my book, The Sons of Atlantis, Incarnated. I've figured out so much, Mr. Trump. I'm very, very smart for some reason. The only thing I can think of is when Jesus hugged me. No, I don't have a problem with the underground or Illuminatis or Masonics or whatnot, because we all are created. You know, we live by faith, not by sight. And so I wanted to doodle this, and Jesus helped me with it. See, this is for friendship. See, there's the guards, and I don't know what it's supposed to represent when they're carrying, but I guess it would represent when Jesus was starting to be crucified. 'Cause, I mean, he's got a beard, and I mean, this is something he wrote down for me when he did what he did. And this is a number sequence code for alphanumeric messages to get the alphanumeric message itself. I know it's very hard to understand, but you take the word like this, and you count it off. It's very difficult to understand and learn, and it comes up backwards. Yes, it does, but you don't start right here. You have to go over here, the I, and you count from 1 to 26, whatever that letter comes, and then you calculate when it gets to double digits, and you split them off. You put 11 here, and then whatever the next number is, 8 here, and then whatever the next number is over here, and so forth. Even 2020, the date, even 2020. That's how I knew what was going to happen, because I just knew. I knew it. Everything that I had was compromised. Everything. They stole everything from me. And they broke into national security too. I hope that I'm very wrong about this, but Mr. President, I really need your guys to look at this, and because Sprint has got to pay for what they did to me all this time. Now, this is the day that Leviathan hit me. It was November 19th, 2014, about 3:33 p.m. And I've tried so hard. I've been writing my books since I was, when I was 4 years old. I drowned in the pool, and I was gone for like 10 minutes, and I seen him in the pool, and well, it all started from there. And then this is everything and everyone that I met November 19th. There's a lot. There's a lot of them. And I even have a picture for you, Mr. President, because you've done such a great job. I wrote this in 2016 when the Egyptians came to me. They were very enormous, and even Constantine, I was very shocked. And I mean, like I said, I can go on and on. This is my Cherokee name, Horse and Wild. I even called the Cherokee Indians to see if I could get some help, but they were too busy because they were trying to take care of their people, just like we're trying to take care of our people. And so this is so I could remind myself to call each and every person who was involved in it. And that, like I said, there's a lot of companies that's involved in it. I plan on suing them too. And all that money, I don't want the money. I don't want the money at all whatsoever. My book that I had, that I sent to Kathleen at CFP, I filed and copied it in Microsoft Word, but unfortunately, because what Google and Sprint did, it's no longer accessible. I can't get in there at all. So I had to think of something, and it wasn't me that did it. It was actually Jesus that wrote all this stuff. Now, some of it I did, but it's very difficult to say. Just a couple. That's my mom's birthday right there. That was for her birthday, and to January 14th. I sent it in there to her because my mom's birthday. I wanted the book to be out Christmas Day this year. I had to calculate when I was 7 years old, and then 9 years old I had to calculate exactly when the book needed to be out. And I was right. I figured out everything. No, I'm sorry for what I have said, but I didn't get no damn help. This, Mr. President, is in the files. And it has all this. This is the codes that the phone I'm using now. They set me up. And I called them. And actually, Lynx, L-Y-N-K, they are the ones at fault too, because without them, this would not have been put in my phone. And I have no idea what the hell this thing is right there, PK something, but maybe you all can check it out. And this is the version, it pulled up version software from whatever they did. And I found all that out. That's towards the end of the thing, but like I said, I have a lot. I'm already at 25 minutes, Mr. President. and I still have all this. I mean, isn't there anything I can do? And the green dot cards, what they did, and I had to go through this, but I wanted you to see this, Mr. President, and I'm going to stop there. And like I said, I have all this stuff still, and so at the last of it, what Sprint had done is they try to wipe out everything. They try to wipe out everything, Mr. President. As you can see, the phone's going blurry. That's because they are hacking me right now as I speak. This is the program that Sprint used. It was March 15th, 2020 when I busted them. And that was the code V8. And then it's called topappscom.sprint.w.v8. And the version they were using was 3.0.6, and then they used the mini Android 4.1 Jelly Bean app, and that was a virus that overran and overtook my stuff. Then they switched it to an Android 10. They didn't even have an Android 10 yet, Mr. President. And look, they had Target. A for Anthony, my middle name, and then Android, and it all came up to 10.API 29, and then I couldn't believe all this when this pulled up. They installed it. Sorry, I'm real bad at writing. They installed it Thursday, March 12th, 2020, and then the last update was Thursday, 12th. March 2020. But, oh, there's more. This is right here exactly the way it was on the hard drive that within this phone that they were trying to erase and everything on me. And it is. And see, it goes from down there all the way down here. And as you can see, there's the SN number, and then when and what time, and then even this. I don't even know what the heck this is, but maybe you do. And then I started to figure, well, they did not only copyright infringement on my life. See, they used their own EULA and they used our own Constitution to break everybody, to break their laws, to break their own laws. And it's like, what are they doing? Are they serious? Crazy? That's my driver's license. And then this is part of my book. It was going to be called, Obey the Third Pinnacle of Jupiter, Leviathan, breaking of the fifth seal. And they stole it from me. That was going to be my fourth book. Then my third book, Revelations of the Day. I love the Bible very much. I'm sorry, Mr. President. I love it very much. My second book was going to be in the moment of time, from when I went through the portal that Jesus took me through. And I'm not crazy. I'm very spiritual. So I did this because the law enforcement, I know that the law enforcement wanted to probably have a statement. So I started it, but this is all I got to, because I couldn't keep going with it because of what Sprint was doing to me. I tried to get so much help, and nobody would help me. I mean, that's not American, man. So I live in LaPorte, Texas now. Now, just exclude this. I don't know where that is, but that's it. That's where I am now, Mr. President. That's for my little girl when she lied to me about her phone, and that's one of the prophecies that I fulfilled, and Ecclesiastes too, and just so much. But anyway, Mr. President, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there, and I mean, I'm not crazy, Mr. President. I'm very gifted and talented. And with what Sprint has done, I'm sorry. I don't have no choice but to sue him. And this is the guy at LG who I talked to. He's the head court. That was at headquarters for LG, and they had no idea what they were doing. So I called the Federal Communications, and they said they had no recollection of anything that they were doing. That's another one of my phone numbers. I've got my phone numbers in a different stack of papers, and so my dad's birthday's coming up. I've worked so hard at this, and the gods seen it. Mr. Trump, the gods seen what I was doing, and how hard I was working, and all that. I've had to get ready to sell my truck. Everything. They took everything away from me. Everything. My bank, everything I had was so little I had. They took it all away. And then the bad thing about it is they threatened my life. They threatened my damn life, man. And we don't need a war, man. We don't need a war. That's on my truck. That's on my truck right there. Like I said, I had to separate everything. I didn't know how I was going to tell you or how I was going to figure all this stuff out. And so, Mr. Trump, I love you. Thank you for being my president. And I think you're doing a great job. One of the best presidents since Ronald Reagan. And I think that you deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. And I really do. I have this as from my bank because I didn't want to open it because of how bad I was being hacked. Hacked away, all this other stuff. And then this is another. I don't want to really say too much about this, but this is for you. And I'm not going to explain it on YouTube for you. But I will tell you it has to do with Atlantis. And all that other stuff. But I'm going to get off here, Mr. Trump. I really do appreciate your time. And thank you, YouTube, for letting me do this video. I really am greatly appreciated for you all. And for you, Mr. Trump, for being my president and the king of America. And there's a lot. There's a lot, Mr. President, and you said that if anybody has any evidence of anything to who's been hurting the country, to come forward. Here I am. I could do this for about 27 hours. 27 hours. It has a lot of coffee, isn't it? It has a lot of coffee. Thank you, Miss Melania Trump, for being the First Lady. You're very nice. You're a very nice, respectable lady. Just like all the rest of the First Ladies. We just split things go to our head and we overreact about things. But I didn't, because my life was in jeopardy. They were fixing to kill me. I don't have proof of that, but that's what she said she was going to do. If I told anybody, she said that she was going to kill me, come after me, and have the government figure out a way to get rid of me. And, well, she started to. And I had had enough of it. I had enough of it. This is all the banks, except for this. This is more. This is more. There's another lawyer. Didn't want to help out. Nothing. This is all the phone numbers and stuff that was switched and changed. Let's see, Bushman. This is just the phones I just bought that I had to get rid of because they were hacked. T-Mobile even. You know, there's the very first number that I had with T-Mobile. I had to because Sprint was hacking me so bad. And now, Mr. President, that Boost is on a T-Mobile phone. They're not supposed to do this till January 1st of 2021. But I found out that Sprint and T-Mobile had not only changed my numbers, not only came together, but they infiltrated everything that I had and loved. Just like Job in the Bible. And everything was taken away. I've got so much in here. There's another phone number from T-Mobile and other stuff. This is from north, south, east, and west. And there's my other book that I have going on right now. And then so much. This is my other book. You know, my great-great-grandfather, from what I was told, is Chief John Ross of the Great North American Cherokee Tribe, and also General George Washington. I don't know how true it is, but see, this is the first one that came from Metro PCS. That's me. That's what I would call it. And then the first person I wrote to let them know about Leviathan was the Vatican. They were the very first one. And I mean, I didn't know what else to do, Mr. Trump. The very last thing that they sent, and they're probably going to be pissed off at me for this because, yeah, I lost so much sleep. I worked very vigilant. I was very scared. I worked so hard on this just because I never want it to happen again to nobody in the world. And like I said, Mr. Trump, I don't want this for me. This is for the whole entire world. This is not whatever they want to compensate me for or whatnot, but something has to be done with Sprint and the ones that are at fault and what they have done for me. And on my phone, okay, it goes back so far, but when I was looking at my phone, it was charging, this popped up on the screen, and I immediately I wrote it down. I took a screenshot, which I'm really hoping that I still have. And it says 03, that's March 4th, and there's a time, 1700 hours, 4 minutes and 39 seconds, and 417 it says PM _, critical, dash info, and then it says this is what it had in it. It was wrote like that, C1630, and then a reverse C, com.sprint.ecid, whatever that means, and then it pulled up this removing system app, and that was the V8. That was that V8 app. And there's more. I have more. That's probably last of it. Now the chips that I did have, they were stolen from me. I don't know who did it. I don't know why they would do that, but I am in the process of trying to find them. But I figure with what I have written down here and what's inside this phone is enough proof, Mr. Trump, and the receipts I have, and even all the loans I had to put out just to try to make it, and I still have. I can't get a loan because somebody stole my identity over 7 times. I've been trying to get it cleared up. Nobody won't help me. And like I said, Mr. Trump, I've got more. I've got everything. Everything. Everything, Mr. Trump. I had to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. President. I'm sorry. I'm going to bed. You can contact me. I'm on Facebook. I'm sure you know that. And I didn't know what else to do. I just didn't. I tried to get a hold of you, and I know you were so very busy. You were so very, very busy. I'm so glad you're my president. You're probably the best one since Ronald Reagan. But I have more. I have more of this. But I had to hide all the phone numbers and the other different codes because I didn't want it if the lady, if she was lying or she was telling the truth about coming to hunt me down to kill me. I had to give copies to my friends because of who he is and who he works for. And I'm not going to tell you who he is. I'm not going to tell you anybody who he is. I will tell you that he does work for the CIA. He really does. So, he keeps his work to himself. I keep my work to myself unless if my life is in danger or anybody else's. Mr. Trump, this video is for you in Congress, in the Senate, and the House. If I have to, I will come out there. Just so this doesn't happen to anybody else. Thank you for your time, Mr. President. Thank you for everybody that's helped me through trying to get help for what they've done to me. I have a way to change things, and it was given to me by the gods, and I just want. It's time to hear me out, man. So, when the government opens up, I do plan on suing Sprint and the other corporations and companies that was involved, even though they're not the one that hacked me, or slammed me, or treated me like a terrorist. I mean, they terrorized me for 13 weeks and 3 days now. And just remember, this is a T-Mobile phone. Boost Mobile is not supposed to do this, Mr. Trump. They're not. The only reason why I haven't talked to them is because they want to wipe everything out of these phones. And I'm not going to let them do that. No way in hell. Because, Mr. President, this is the United States of America. We are considered the bald eagle, the land of the free. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And there just isn't just one God. There are over 40 gods. The Bible has been touched and taken away since Pope Benedict the First. He was the very first one that took the last little bit of Revelations, because there's actually, I think, 30 to 33 chapters in Revelations. And then the book of Moses was taken out. The book of Enoch was taken out. And so forth. I mean, that's why the gods are here, and they're very, very upset because of that, because they took out the pages of the Bible and they want it put back in, and they want an apology. But I'll tell you the truth, Mr. Trump, they did tell me that because of the job that you have done, and such a great job you did, that they want you to become the king of America forever, and not to have a Congress with a left or a right, or a red or a blue section, however y'all do that. I don't know too much about politics, but that's what they said. They said it's your gift because of what you have done. They said that you also have put your own money into your own presidency, and then the budget, the deficit. But I think I have a way, Mr. Trump, to fix that for each and every country, everyone, even Africa, with their irrigated water systems. I know we don't have much time, and I know that God is running the show, but I have to do this, Mr. Trump. I mean, I have to. I'm sorry. This is very important. I love America so much, Mr. Trump. I love the people all over the world. I've saved so many people. I've helped out so many people by this site called TWOO, and it used to be Live Me. I was on it a while back, and I've been helping people realize that there is other life on other planets, and even Andromeda. Andromeda's so beautiful. So, and no, I'm not an alien. I am an American citizen. People are scared of me because I was hit and attacked by Leviathan and a lot of other things. But this is it. This is my presentation of what Sprint and other things happened to me. Mr. Trump, I sure hope you get this. Oh, that right there? That's yours. That's some brandy. I got it for you, sir. That's your brandy. So, congratulations, Mr. Trump. Thank you for being my president. Thank you, Miss Melania Trump, the Queen of America. Beautiful and smart family y'all are. Let's take America back. Let's do what you said. God bless you all. God bless you, Miss Melania Trump, and you too, Donald Trump, Mr. President, and your family. And God bless America and everybody else around the world. I love you guys. If you haven't been told today, remember, it's the little things in life that matters. This was just going way too overboard, if you know what I mean. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Kevin Anthony Martz. I reside in LaPorte, Texas, 77571. It is the 5th of May, 2020. God bless everybody. Thank you.